Hey traders, please like my video if you like it. Retweet it if you get a chance on Twitter. I really appreciate it. And comments below if you can. I will have a Discord link below if you guys want to get updated to my charts. I post most of my charts uh, uh, in my Discord room. So we also have a Slack room too if you guys want into that one. Okay, so we just today, the very top line of the channel here, upward channel, that this is back testing to the COVID lows. We went to today back and dipped inside of this channel. It has acted as a buy zone since COVID lows, but this is only the second time that we have dipped back inside of this channel. But we did manage to do that today. Going to 4 hour, I gotta go 360. I'm sorry. 360. Some things I'm looking at here. This has been a very tough volatility zone to be trading in that little blue box there. So today we came back down right to here, okay, and this accelerated blow off top. We came back down. We satisfied the back test of this accelerated blow off top in the markets. Okay, we also bounced right off of this year's developing volume point of control. So that means right here today, right at the lows, was the absolute highest price point for the entire year of 2023. With a dollar or cents or whatever, the very highest volume of the entire year was right where we bounced off of here at today's lows. So just be mindful of that. That can act as a support area. We'll see what happens but typically though, when we get down into this box, we're stuck in here for a while. So hopefully we're not, but yeah, typically this is what happens. Breaking this support up here around the 418, 419, that was a big deal. So, actually coming down, breaking that is a pretty big deal to be breaking down into this lower area. Okay. So now we'll go down here on smaller time frames. This is my day trading view. Okay. A lot of people seem to think that what we did today was complete a wave 5 of 3. And we, coming down today, I had this target from 6 o'clock this morning. I had this target all drawn out and live. I don't know where the darn thing went to, and on live charts. And there we go. And so we got this little bounce here. I was looking for a wave 4 bounce. So remember though, the wave 4 cannot take out the bottom of wave 1. So that's, so we have to stay below the 418 area to be a valid, for the count to remain valid. Okay, we can come back up to it. And in theory, you can go up a little bit higher, but you generally want to stay below the start of wave 1. Okay, and as a general rule. But, we had a shallow bounce earlier today. I was actually trying to trade to the upside, thinking we'd try to finish a wave 4 to the upside. Instead, we puked into the close. So this could have just been chop, setting up for another big move or another fairly decent pop in the morning. So I'm looking into the 418, 417 area. Hopefully that will complete a wave 4 pattern. And then we could possibly come back down for an exhaustion gap to the downside. In theory, that's what it's looking like. Another thing to think about here, we could be in a 3-wave to the downside with that completing for a strong move back to the up. The only reason I don't like that is because we've actually possibly completed that pattern, and we are, even after hours, we're not getting that strong wave back up. So that's why I'm still leaning to think that we got a 5-wave to the downside because what's happening in the after hours. Amazon's up in the after hours, and we didn't see any type of strong reaction in the indices to the upside, suggesting to me the pattern is probably not done. And like I said, we are inside the volatility box, so that in itself says a lot of buyers are just shut off here. So the closer we get to the top of the box is actually a shortable event because this is a broken pattern now. The closer we can get to the top of our volatility box, you would continue to short it. Like I said, even the dead top of that box, that would complete a wave 4, and then go next week possibly complete the wave 5 leg down. And in the news today, we did have Apple come out, and they're going to raise their prices on their Apple Plus subscribers by 50%. Typically, in my opinion, I don't know what's going to happen, but typically, whenever a company, right before the eve of their earnings announcement, announces a revenue stream increase before the earnings come out, it suggests to me the company's trying to separate out good news to support the stock before the earnings actually hit the tape. That way, if the earnings are really bad, the good news doesn't get buried in the news announcement. So that suggests to me that the news is probably not going to be overly favorable, and they were trying to put that news out there to spoof the stock. So just food for thought going forward here. QQQ. Go over here. Let me go start over here on the daily real quick. Get her to load real quick here. So you see what's going on here on the QQQ. Very. So we got a head right here. Okay, we broke the shoulder. We're slowly breaking the head here, coming down. We're into the daily. We're right above the daily 200 SMA. This. Typically, that suggests we're going into a Friday right above the 200-day moving average. Why wouldn't we actually tag it? So, that's leaning to me like they're really trying. They're wanting to tag at 200-day moving average before the week's out. We are outside. We had a bull flag, which is broken as of today. Okay, so you got different things happening here. You got the 200 below us that has not been satisfied, and we have broken a bull flag. So this is actually no longer a valid bull flag. So be mindful of that. It's technically a bearish setup here on the daily. Okay, and if you go down here on the 4-hour, 360, some other things I was looking at here. Time. Another thing that I was thinking about here. So we're getting an initial pop here. So we came down today. We just missed filling. So basically, it was very, very light volume that we just rocket shipped up. And a lot of people, they look for gaps to, think of that as a supporting area in the market. When those gaps, come in. Well, we didn't quite fill that entire low volume gap. We came down. We turned a little bit early. So, in my opinion, the pattern to the downside hasn't been fully filled here. And even if it was, and it is a broken pattern, your next main support is down here around the 329 area. So, this is actually technically up until today had the signs of an island top. That's what it looked like, and it's looking like an island top potential breakdown scenario in play here. Maybe today was just noise to take us down, flush out the last flush out the last bulls, got us down below critical supports just to flush out the last bulls. And then maybe we do continue a little bit higher here from here, but that's something to definitely be concerned about going forward. Okay, 1 second. Okay, as you can see, we're in a channel, support channel, into the bottom of this channel here. If I zoom in here now on the, say, the 30-minute, you can see what we did today. We bounced right off the bottom of that channel today, right there. Right off the bottom of that channel on the Qs today. So just be mindful of what we're doing right there. So that's why we bounced, and we didn't actually quite completely satisfy that downside area there. So definitely keep that one on watch. So basically, Similar situation. You know, it looks like we completed uh, a 3 for a possible 4-wave up. So definitely keep that one on watch here. Looking at the 350 back test, the 350 area back test, 352 area. So, as long as we can stay into this area right here for a back test, then we might be setting up for another leg lower next week. So, you can't deny, though, we came into critical support today. So it makes it quite difficult to decide whether to carry overnight shorts in this market. So it made it quite difficult. So we'll just keep it at that. And then the big story of the night was Amazon. Amazon came up, had fairly good earnings. We got back into last week's close. So yeah, the big move for the week on Amazon, we just got back to last week's close. So, it's pretty much neutral week to week. That was so far the response from Amazon. Now, Microsoft, on the other hand, uh, we came back down again today to last week's close, and we held it. So here in the after hours, we're up, but we did hold last week's close on Microsoft. It's the one doing the best here. I don't know about Netflix, if it's still holding last week's close or not. I don't have it on my chart. Monday, Friday. Yeah, it's above last week's close too. So Netflix and Microsoft are holding last week's close. That's it. All the others have Google. I don't know what to talk about. Google just it got obliterated, and Nvidia. That one there is a really dangerous one as well. It's still a while out before we get the earnings on that one. A&D, they held it pretty good today. My alerts. I was looking for a move down to 92. It got to 93.12. So I'm still looking for another leg lower. So I don't really want to trade that one until we get to the 92 area. And then, Meta, of course, got hit pretty hard yesterday, or in today's session. Came right down into critical support. It's holding so far. So we'll see what happens. I was looking for a move to the 277 area. Came pretty close, 279. And it seems to be holding support so far. We'll go from there. If I go here on the bigger time frames, oops, sorry here. Some things I'm looking at here. We had the icon. What's his name? Oh, we had a big investor. He said he closed out all of his shorts on TLT a couple days ago. We had a rally, and today we just did a back test of the trend, and then we rallied off that back test. Looking a little bit more bullish. We're starting to build a base here in the bonds. So, I have been mentioning about us going down lower to get that 20-year low headline. Well, I don't know if that's going to happen. So we'll see what happens here. And then we also have VX futures going into Friday on the bearish side of trend. So I always think about that going into tomorrow. Things are leaning to think that tomorrow is probably going to be an up day. So just be mindful here. We've come into major supports. Look below some critical breakdown areas to wipe out a bunch of the stops in the market. So that's what it looks like to me. We just came down far enough to wipe out a bunch of stops. And, now they can actually push us back up higher. The only problem I got is the count suggests we are not done to the downside. So, it's just conflicting information there. It's got me a little confused in this market. Well, thanks a lot for watching my videos, and I will see you. I had a really good day today. I've had a winning day every day this week and most of last week, believe it or not. And so hopefully tomorrow we'll do the same thing. But yeah, right now at this hour, which we haven't seen what's going to happen in Europe in the morning, I'm leaning to the upside on my trades until proven otherwise for tomorrow for a wave 4 back to the upside. So those are difficult trades to be taking, so be mindful of that.